Hello friends, and welcome back to Keefe's Kitchen. This week, I'm making something that I saw on the internet. Okay, this is typically how I make my choices in life. I see something on the internet, I decide whether it's a good idea or a bad idea, and then I act upon that. But this week I was watching a video by Josh from the Mythical Kitchen on YouTube, and he made a grilled cheese sandwich, which was great. Grilled cheese, but he put bacon jam on it. And I was like, bacon jam? That sounds like my jam. So I decided to make some. So I looked it up, found a recipe. It's bacon, it's onions, it's brown sugar. Let's make some bacon jam.
Alright, to begin the bacon jam, you need a pot. Cold pot, in fact, cold heavy bottom pot, into which you're going to put about 1.5 pounds of chopped up cold uncooked bacon. All right, it needs to be cold in a cold pan, chopped up into about a 1/2-inch slice. Turn the heat on medium, and we're going to start rendering out that fat. Now, the reason you start cold is because otherwise you'll start frying the bacon right away with the high heat. And as you can see here, because we've let it come up to temperature from cold, the fat from the bacon starts to render really nice. And it comes out without burning the bacon. So we're slow cooking it, really crisping it up. This is after about 15-20 minutes, and you can see most of the water's gone, and now we're just rendering down pure bacon fat, which is a beautiful sight to behold, to be honest. All right, I'm from the South, and I can tell you, bacon fat is a beautiful thing. All right, now this is after another couple minutes, and you might be tempted to think, hey, this looks pretty good. That looks done. Well, it's not done. Okay, let me show you what done looks like. Any second now. Any second now. There it is. This is the state that you're looking for. Now, you can tell by a couple reasons. The first one is, when you look at the fat on the bacon, it looks very similar to the same color as the meat. So it's starting to look very nice and dark. And the second is this bacon foam. All right, the foam of the fat kind of bubbling up. So when you see those, you know you're done. Turn the heat off, and we're going to strain out the bacon fat and separate it from our bacon pieces, which we're going to set to the side to cool. So the easiest way to do this without burning yourself and ruining your evening and possibly your health is to use a strainer, right? Get off most of the bacon before you pour out the fat and everything right into the strainer, as I'm doing now. Do your best to get all the little bacon bits off the bottom. It's not the end of the world if there's still a little bit left in the pot, because we're going to put our onions in it next. But get as much as you can out of there. That'll make your life easier going forward. And once you've drained everything, put it on a paper towel and let it rest to cool. And then we're going to get on with the rest of the recipe. So into that same pot, we're going to put about a tablespoon of butter and about 3 to 4 teaspoons worth of that bacon fat from before. You never waste bacon fat. It's awesome for cooking. It's awesome for flavor. It's awesome to raise your cholesterol. All sorts of purposes. Okay, so put a couple teaspoons. I don't want to kill anybody. This is supposed to be a healthy thing, right? Put a couple teaspoons of bacon fat in there. And once it comes to temperature over medium heat, we're going to add in about 3 pounds of chopped white onions. This is just a rough dice. We're going to cook these down, and you'll notice that all of the stuff stuck to the bottom of the pan will start to come loose as the onions cook down, which is nice. That's a lot of flavor and a lot of, just that bacon flavor that was stuck in the pan. Continue to cook, stirring regularly over medium heat until your onions look about like this. And at this point, we don't want to burn the onions. We don't want to get any sort of like charred color on them. We just want them to get to the stage where we can add in the brown sugar, as you can see here. So this is about 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and this is 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Now you could substitute sherry vinegar if you wanted, but I like apple cider. And then this is a teaspoon each of black pepper and rosemary. You could sub out rosemary for thyme if you wanted, but rosemary is what I had on hand. I stir that in again over medium heat, and now we're going to add in our bacon. Now you'll notice it looks a little bit smaller. That's because I did a rough chop of the bacon bits once they cooled, just to make it a little bit easier to incorporate. You don't have to do that, but I definitely recommend it. It'll make your life easier. Now, over medium heat, stir everything together and cook it down, and you can see there's still quite a bit of liquid in there. So we're going to cook it down for another 5 to 10 minutes over medium heat until we get to about this point. Now, at this point, we're going to add in our final ingredient, turn off the heat, and add in some balsamic vinegar. That's about 2 teaspoons worth, and I said final ingredient, but this is the real final ingredient, olive oil. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's plenty of oil and fat in this. Why are you adding more? Well, I'll tell you. Bacon fat gets very solid in the fridge, which is where you're going to be storing this stuff. Olive oil does not, so this helps to make it a little bit more spreadable over long term. And that's it. That's your bacon jam. So we're going to store it in a glass jar. That's the best way to do it. If you got a mason jar lying around, an old pasta jar will work as long as you clean it out nicely. And it can be kept for about 2 to 3 weeks in the fridge. Do not leave it on the counter, okay? But realistically, it probably won't last that long. You'll eat it in a night or two. Goes great on everything meat related. And yeah, that's it. Your bacon jam is done.
All right, my friends. Bacon jam done. Now, I ended up putting this on some toast, as you can see. I put it on a bit of rye toast and some melted cheese on there, aka a quick grilled cheese. Right off the bat, the color. Let's not focus on my face. The color. Oh, it's gorgeous. All right, let's give this a taste. Bacon jam. We did it. We made bacon into a sweet, savory, salty jam. Oh my goodness. Guys, I can already tell you, you want to level up your grilled cheese game? Bacon jam. You want to level up your burger game? Bacon jam. You want to level up your bratwurst game? Bacon jam. I don't know what else to tell you. It's the best. This is, in fact, I'm going to go so far as to say, I think this is one of my favorite things that I've ever made. Hands down. This is fantastic. And as spring and summer are coming, cookouts are coming, throw a bit of this into your mac and cheese. Throw a bit of this on top of your grilled turkey. I don't know what you grill. Whatever. I don't care. It's a no judgment zone. Put it on ice cream. Okay? It's probably good. I don't know. Guys, this has been Keefe's Kitchen. I'm super excited. I'm on a food high. I'm gonna go eat the rest of this cheesy bacon jam toast. And I'll see you next week. Peace.